Welcome back, Cardboard Warriors. How's everybody out there doing today? I finally got to draft Dominaria Remastered last night, and as you can see, I got some prize packs. I did come in first place, so we'll open those prize packs when we're done looking at the deck. But I wanted to show you guys what I pulled and how I did and the strategy I used and all that, because it's a little out there. I don't think it's any that anybody else probably would have come up with. It's definitely not one that you would find online or anything like that. So figure we go over it and check it out, and you can see what I came up with. It I just kind of stumbled across it by accident, and it's not any kind of great strategy or game plan or anything, but it worked really good. So anyways, we'll talk about the deck here. So first thing, I'll show you some of the cards that I grabbed that I didn't end up going with. I just grabbed them because there was nothing better in the pack, and they were good cards. I grabbed an Elbow Spirit Guide, a Worldly Tutor, and a Gemstone Mine. I was actually thinking about putting that in the deck, but I didn't. I probably should have, because I could have used it. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. So, pack one, pick one. The rare was kind of weak, so I ended up going with a Terror, and just kind of figured I'd end up going black because Terror's such a great removal card. But I just wasn't getting a lot of black cards in support of it. Street Wraith, a Festering Goblin, and I think I got past that one at the end of one of the packs, so I didn't really get a lot of good black stuff. I ended up pulling a lot better white and red cards, and I ended up getting the Clifftop Retreat, so I ended up going Boros, but I did get a Dampening Spear that I could sideboard. A Wall of Junk. I thought about putting this in there just as a big blocker, but the whole return it to your hand at the end of combat, I don't know. I played against somebody who did have this, and I was making them pick it up every turn. I was hitting them every turn and making them pick it up and recast it. There was a little bit of storm in there, so I might have been better off casting that just because it might have helped with the storm a little. But anyway, I'll show you those when we get there. I got a Jalem Tome. Didn't end up going with it. I could have, I guess. I'm not sure. Tormod's Crypt, just for the sideboard. I got a couple Momentary Blinks. I didn't stack them because I didn't have any blue for the flashback, so it was kind of a one and done thing. I could have, but it turned out I didn't have extra mana like I thought I would, so I'm glad I didn't put them in there because I really didn't have that extra 2 on any of the turns, the one that would have been useful. Remedy just got passed to me. Renewed Faith I didn't use. I was tempted to put that in just for the cycling. Gain the 2 life and draw a card for 2. Not bad. My fiance played 2, and she actually had a couple of those in her deck, and she was using them quite a bit. They came in handy quite a bit for her. So, great card. 2 mana to gain 2 life and draw a card. And you could gain the 6 life in a dire situation, but I think 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, you're better off cycling it. I had these in the deck originally, so I was trying to go kind of big white flyers and then in red ramp. I'll show you what I mean. I had these in the deck originally. I did get to cast them a couple times, but I just felt like they weren't big enough and they weren't doing enough to justify the 6 drop. So I was having some mana issues in the second round, so I pulled them out and put an extra land in and something else I forget. I probably should have put the Spirit Guide, the Elvis Spirit Guide in just for the extra colorless mana, even though I wasn't running green. Just a free extra mana because I was having some mana issues. Normally I always run 15 and 25 for the 40 card deck, 15 lands, and I start off with that. And it was great the first round. I had no issues, but the second round I was having tons of mana issues. I was mulliganing down to 5 like every hand because I kept getting 1 land hands, and I'd mulligan down to 5 and then just keep the 1 land hand because at that point it doesn't matter that you only have 1 land because you only got 5 cards in hand anyway. So just go for it and hope for the best. I ended up losing the second round, but I did win one of the games. Anyways, so I got the Clifftop Retreat. I ended up getting a Sarah Angel really early on. I think it was like 2nd pack or 3rd pack or something like that. So obviously Sarah with this old school format, Sarah Angel was one of the most powerful cards when I started in the game. It was actually as valuable as a Mox. You know, I had a buddy that traded a Mox for a Sarah Angel. He regretted it later, but at the time when they were both in print and unlimited, they were both about the same price. So they were both about $10 cards back then. Yeah, Sarah Angel was really powerful in the early days. I got an occasion Javeliniers from Fallen Empires. This little guy actually came in really handy. I passed a few of them. I probably should have grabbed a couple more because he did come in handy with that one damage to take out low toughness threats. Because there was a lot of low toughness cards that were causing problems for me. I got 2 Phantom Flocks. Like I said, I was trying to go kind of bigger white flyers with the Sarah Angel. Once I pulled the Sarah Angel, I was like, might as well grab some more big white flyers and go with it. So I grabbed a couple of those. They were all right. They're mainly just targets, but they did all right. Tiana Ship's Caretaker I got, so that one actually was a really handy card with the ability to return your enchantments or equipment as an aura back to your hand. I think there was no equipment because they didn't have equipment back in the early days, but I didn't get any equipment at all. But I had I started grabbing a bunch more auras. So I grabbed a couple Spirit Links, which actually helped quite a bit, and a couple Sun's Clasps. These are Sun Clasps. These were actually really cool because of the return creature to owner's hand. So with the Tiana out, I could return the creature and get the Sun Clasp back, so I could use it again. So that was fun. I didn't get that combo out a lot, but it was there, and it did help a little. I ended up pulling an Auramancer because I knew once I got the Tiana that I was gonna. I think I got the Tiana pack 2 and the Auramancer pack 3 when they were going around. So I knew I was gonna be having some auras in there that I could bring back with the Auramancer. An Orm's Thunder, I basically was going to use this as a removal, but I never once played it. I never got it in my hand when I needed it, so didn't use it all. I put the Day and Night in there. That was one I grabbed earlier when I thought I was going to go kind of black and white, but I ended up still stacking it just for the day, the extra +1 just for that last final blow. Radiance Judgment, I ended up putting in there just because I didn't have hardly any removal, and it's only power 4 or greater, which I never actually got to use it, but I did cycle it a few times and got stuff I needed. I got a Dragon Whelp. I put him in there. I got him on the battlefield like once, but it was like at the end of the game. I didn't even really need him too much. I think I attacked one time with him. Flame Tongue Kabu, he was really the extent of my removal. He's great. I wish I would have grabbed more of him. Really awesome card. That 4 damage to a target creature when it comes into play. You get your own creature and then wipe out theirs. I got Abrax. I did end up getting the second one passed to me, luckily, because you can search for an Abrax, but it seemed like every time I played one, I had the other one in my hand already, so there was a couple times I got to search for it, but most of the time, he either got countered or I already had the other one in my hand. But here's what I use for ramp to try and get the bigger creatures out faster. I managed to get 3 Skirk Prospectors. Figured I could just use them, cast them on like turn 3, and then turn 4, I'd have the 4 lands, and I could sack the Skirk to himself to get the 5th land to cast one of the big white flyers. And that's what I did most times, but it was rare that I actually got a Skirk. I had 3 of them in there, and I never had more than 1 in the game, and I rarely got them in the opening hand, so they didn't come in handy as I was hoping they would, just because for some reason I wasn't getting them as often as I should have. And then Empty the Warrens, I got a couple of those. Those came in really handy. I didn't get the Storm off very much, and when I did, it was only for like 1 extra, so I get 4 goblins. But the reason I went with those is because I got the Siege Gang Commander, I think, on pack 2. So creating the red goblins and then being able to use the goblins to blow up things. So that helped out. I got him out a couple times, and that really helped being able to do the damage with the goblins and having all those extra goblins from the Skirks and the Warrens. And I did get a Storm Entity. I managed, one time I had this girl, the Tiana out, and I had a couple Sun's Clasps, and I managed to cast a Sun's Clasp on him, and then a Sun's Clasp on something else in the same turn with Tiana out, and then returned him to my hand with the ability from the clasp after I attacked with him. Returned him to my hand, was able to recast him again, and make him a 3/3. So that was kind of fun. Fun little combo there. There was better combos people were using against me. Well, the one guy went blue, and he had the enchantment that let you that turn him into a Tim, let you ping any target for 1 damage. And he was putting them on the magpie, so he was pinging and drawing a card every time. And he was putting them on the little red guy that when he becomes tapped deals 1 damage to any target. So he was doing 2 with that one. And he was putting them on the horseshoe crab. And then untapping that to do 3 or 4 a turn against something, so against me or one of my creatures. So those were really cool combos. So I think next time, if I get to draft this again, I'll probably go blue just so I can try and pull those combos out, because that looked like a lot of fun. I just kind of got lucky, I think, for the most part, but it was a sound concept using the skirks and everything to try and ramp up a little bit more to get into the flyers. I was able to pretty much always get a 5-drop on turn 4 somehow, by hook or by crook. So it did work somewhat. If I'd have gotten a couple skirks in the opening hand on most turns, I would have done way better. I could have gotten them out, could have gotten Abraxes or Sarah Angels or whatever out on turn 3, and then it really would have ramped up a lot faster. Maybe if I'd have stacked the Spirit Guide, I could have ramped a little faster into it. The Gemstone Mine I probably should have put in just for the night and day, so I could have cast the night if I came across it. So there's a couple things I probably did wrong that I could have done better. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below about it and how your drafts went. But let's break into these packs. I guess we'll do, let's do 1 promo pack, and then we'll do the regular packs, and then we'll do the fancy promo pack. So this is a Dominaria United promo pack here. And we'll go ahead and give you the code. You guys can have the codes. So we got, there's your arena code for you for watching the video. You can pause that and see what you can get. Alright, we got a Llanowar Loom speaker. Not terrible. Not bad at all. A little promo stamp on them. And a Lightning Strike. Hey, that's a cool looking one. And a Stormcarved Coast. Hey, not too bad at all. Not a bad pack. Not terrible. Not huge home runs, but all really good playable cards. So that's cool. Let's see what we get in our remastered pack. If we get a Force of Will, then it was totally worth it. I think I paid $20 to get into the draft, the Dominaria Remastered here. All right, let's see. Come on. Oh, Zur the Enchanter, Chain Lightning, and a Mountain and an Elephant. All right, pack number 2. Zur the Enchanter's not going to get our $20 back. We probably did okay with the land and the Worldly Tutor. We probably got half our money back. But we're hoping for a little more, obviously. Gauntlet of Power. Got a Mythic. Okay. And a Wild Growth. And Plains. That's kind of miscut. Got a Squirrel Token. There's a lot of miscut cards in this set. Even the Zur's miscut a little. A lot more on the bottom than there is on the top there. Oh, upside down. Something wasn't looking right there. All right. Hey, another Worldly Tutor. Full art. Nice. Swords Plowshare. Great card. Plains Elemental. All right. Last pack. Come on. Come on, Force of Will. Force of Will is the only card still holding a little bit of value right now. Everything's dropped down quite a bit. Grim Lavamancer in the retro border. Okay. Modal, Plains, and Saproling. The prices have tanked a lot on this set, but they're not going to stay that way. These are all staple good cards. Yeah, this one looks very weird. Like there's some shenanigans going on. I don't know. This was an LGS. I wouldn't think they'd repack them, but it kind of does look like it's repacked, doesn't it? It's kind of got the, I think it was torn open and then re-glued. I don't know. Looks a little fishy. All right. Let's see what we're getting here. Looks a little fishy. Notice it when they give it to me. And they're already pringled as can be, just because, you know, that's what happened with these modern cards. I guess we'll give people this code too. This card just really does feel awful. There's something wrong with these. All right. I don't know. Mr. Foundry. That's a pretty cool little card. And a Sardine, a Sardines Clip Stomper. Looks like there's something on the card almost up there. I don't know, it's just a misprint or something dirty on the card. Yeah. And Awake in the Woods. Hey, I don't think it was resealed. I wouldn't have put this back in there. So nice cards. They're not in great condition, but I think that might be a misprint on the foiling at the top there. And you can't really see it on camera. Maybe a little bit right there. Looks like there's a fingerprint kind of in there. Yeah, looks weird. But Awake in the Woods, good little pull. All right, so we did pretty decent. Not terrible, not great. Did all right. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the description below. Let me know how you did. Let me know what you've been drafting with this set, what you want to draft next time, how it worked. Anyways, I love hearing from you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you next one.